What's going on, y'all? So this is the shop I just had built. It is 48 long by 24 wide feet. 24, 48. With 3 roll-up doors, 1 man door. So I got the contract here. Total was $30,000 plus extra $2,000 in tax. So total $32,000 for this whole thing. If you have, I might include the building process in this, but I had to get a lot of dirt. So all the dirt and stone was not included. And I used so much dirt that ended up being another $5,000 in dirt. And the stone was an extra $1,000, so that wasn't bad at all. But that included the concrete, insulation, everything. It was a slow process. They came out basically one time a week. They'd grade, then they would pour concrete, and then they installed the building. But here it is. It's a big shop. I only did insulation on the roof just so it doesn't drip. But yeah, I did a rough finish on the floor so I don't slip and fall. But it's a pretty solid building. Now, if you live in a climate with snow, the price is going to be totally different. I'm in North Carolina, so we didn't get any snow or nothing. So it's 1/8-inch tubing. It's a nice size shop. The doors are kind of cheap, but whatever. Doesn't come with electric hookups or nothing. Excuse all the mess. I'm still kind of moving everything in. But if you're in an area with snow, it's going to be a lot more expensive. As you can see, there's really not that much bracing. It's 2 foot on center, or maybe it's 3. I don't know, but it's kind of wide because we ain't got any snow. And then the concrete was a little bit more because I had them put rebar in it. Usually they put mesh in. So if you want to mesh, you could take down a couple thousand. And I didn't put gutters or nothing on it. I'm gonna do that myself. And then it's just nothing fancy. It's just a real easy building. And then all this gravel I had to pay separate. I did all that myself. But yeah, it's not too bad for a cost. It really isn't. It's more than what I could. More space than I need. So yeah, $32,000 out the door, and then you just gotta do your electric and everything and finishing touches. But yeah, I'll include step by step of building it just because I think it's interesting. All right, I'll go into that now. So I paid cash with this. I had some cash laying around, but basically I'm sure companies might be different, but basically you pay as they go. So when they graded, I sent a couple thousand. When they poured the footers, a couple thousand, concrete, a couple thousand, and then the last bit was when they installed. So you could get financing if you want. A lot of them offer it. But I just had cash laying around, so I figured might as well get a shop. And then you pick what colors you want, where you want the doors, how big you want it, and how many doors. If you want windows, I didn't want windows or nothing. But I would suggest if you're gonna get a building built, do it in the winter. It's January right now. They're kind of slow, so they gave me a 20% discount for getting this done in the winter because they ain't got much going on. So but yeah, it turned out good. If you wanted like a real heavy duty building with the I-beams and all that, you're gonna pay a lot more. This is pretty much the cheapest building you could get. But I mean, it's pretty solid. It's rated for heavy winds. Obviously it's not rated for snow, but well, that's just a side tube, and that's 1/16 of an inch, but all this is 1/8 inch. And then there's nothing beyond that. So yeah, it's pretty cheap building, but it'll last for my area. I couldn't really justify spending an extra 50 grand for heavy duty. But yeah, it's 48 feet long. So, I mean, this is a pretty big tractor. It makes it look small, 24 feet wide. And you could adjust it however you want, but I thought that was just a simple, it worked in my space, and it gave me 3-car garage. So I got 4-foot garage, 4-foot garage, 4-foot. And these doors, they just roll up. It's kind of cheap, but it works for what I need it. And then you lock it, put your lock on it, and you pick what color you want. They do a wainscot for free. I didn't want that. I wanted it to match. Then you pick your roof color. I went with a light gray roof to keep it a little bit cooler. And then the side is a burnished slate, so it's like a dark brown. And then white doors, white trim. Looks nice. All right, y'all, so this is the area where we're putting the building. The flags. So it's 24 wide, 48 long. As you can see, there's a little bit of a slope. Quite a bit of a slope. So that right there is gonna add quite a bit to the price just for fill dirt. It's gonna cost me an extra 5 grand just for fill dirt. So if you don't have any slope or nothing, subtract 5 grand off the price. And then gravel's only $1,000, so that ain't bad at all. All right, so they just they came and graded out the area. It makes the slope a lot more noticeable. That's definitely sloped down a couple feet. So that explains the large price of extra dirt. So next stop is they're going to lay down a bunch of dirt, compact it, get that all level, then put gravel on top of it. All right, y'all, so they just got done grading. Before I forget, if you have a concrete driveway like I do, they were very concerned about this driveway cracking. Just from the weight of the roller, especially if you put your building right up to the driveway. So they were basically having to drive over the driveway to get the roller in there to compact it all down. They can't just throw dirt down and leave it. They gotta compact it. So they basically told me, hey, we might bust up your driveway, we might not. Take your chances here. I actually ended up having them dump a load of dirt over the driveway, so probably a foot tall, and compact that down and ride over top of that. And that seemed to do the problem, because as you can see, this driveway, it ain't cracked or nothing, so I'm happy about that. Even with this, concrete's only 3 inches, so that held up good. Walk over here. As you can see, I know from the previous video, y'all can see that there was a decent slope. You definitely see how much dirt they had to use. It's a lot more than you'd think. That's probably 4, 5 feet, maybe even 6 feet of dirt. So be wary of that. And then they sloped it down. I'm gonna have to plant grass and everything to hold that in from washing out. I'll probably build a retaining wall too. And yeah, they tore up my yard a little bit. I don't care about that. That's no big deal. If you have a slope like this, try and put gutters on your building, depending on which way the roof is pitched, just so the water don't hit it and wash it all away. I'm kind of slipping here. It's muddy. We got a lot of rain last night. I tore down my apple tree. That's no big deal, I suppose. Grow back. So yeah, be mindful of, they might tear up some stuff. But he warned me about all this. So, but yeah, that's the pad. Quite a lot of dirt. I think it cost me an extra $6,000 in dirt. So if you're going to build on the slope, be wary of that. Try to get it in a flat spot, but I didn't really have anywhere else to put it, so this is where I wanted it. So I'm happy with it. Next stop, they are going to lay down gravel, pour all the footers, and yeah, they will start building. All right, so they poured the concrete. They went with a 4-inch slab, rebar and everything. And I went with a brush finish, but it's pretty smooth. Then they poured the footers and everything. So next stop, once they get the materials in here, they'll put the building up. Yeah, we are getting there.